What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, one on the Cat Daddy Gamers here to bring you a different kind of video. This video right here, I'll be doing a top 5 of my personal favorite games. Just kind of give you an idea of like the kind of games I like to play and all that stuff. And again, strictly my opinion. This is the games I like. I'm going to be kind of giving over some different bullet points as far as like the reason why I think that these games to me are my favorite, and why to me I just think that these games still stand the test of time, whether they're brand new or they've been out for a while. So as far as the ranking system, how we're going to be ranking these games, how I got them ranked out, I got them ranked by, I'm going based off of replayability, immersiveness, gameplay, graphics, audio, and then I would go with customization. So like I said, I just don't want it to be like a straight linear game. So number one on my list, as far as my top favorite game that to me I always love to play, I always find myself always coming back to this game, and whether it's modded or it's just base game, it's my overall favorite has to be by far Fallout New Vegas. Now the reason why is just because Fallout New Vegas was, to me, the overall customization of the game. The game does not, as far as graphics go, graphics to me is very low on the list as far as like why a game to me is ranked really high. Graphics are nice to have, but to me, if a game all it does is just looks good, but the gameplay isn't that good at all, or it doesn't let you customize anything, then to me it's not really a good game in my opinion. Then you're just watching a movie at that point. Well, then you could just go watch a movie then at that point. There are tons of movies out there, anime to watch, whatever you want to watch. So that's why I would say, in my personal opinion, I have Fallout New Vegas ranked as number one. Plus, the overall, like, at the end of the storyline, there's so many different ways you can end it. And if you play it one way, you can go back and play it a different way, completely different way. And to me, I like that. So that's why I have it as number one. And then number two is what we are playing right now as World of Warcraft. Now, the reason why I have World of Warcraft ranked number two is because of the immersiveness of the game. The replayability of the game, to me, is very high up there, not as high as Fallout New Vegas. And also, I would say overall gameplay. Now, like I said, obviously, the graphics aren't as good. And also, customization to me is very, very nice. Like, I really like how in WoW, it doesn't really matter, especially now, it doesn't really matter how you quest. Like, you can start questing in, Classic. You can go to Northrend. You can go to Warlords. You can, speed into Legion, Dragonflight. It just doesn't matter. Like, there's so many different ways to start questing through WoW, and you can level up however you want. You can do through dungeons. You can do through raids. You can do through professions. You got a million different ways how you can play the game, and it's not. You don't feel like you're locked behind one way. Like, you don't got to sit here and follow this quest chain and do a million different things in order to, at the end of the day, still get the same result. Like, whether or not you quest one way and I quest a different way, or you go level up one way and I level up another way, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we're still going to get this end result. It just depends on, are you someone who wants to get really immersed into the game and you want to like take your time and quest through, like kind of like how we're doing right now, or if you're someone who, hey, I just want to get leveled up, blitz the content, get to where I'm max level, and then that way I can get the new shiny gear that's out there, like what season it is on, or you want to get to the expansion part, the newest expansion, which Dragonfly, and try getting like the new shiny armor and gear and all that stuff. And next on the list is Far Cry 4. Now, Far Cry 4 is a toss-up between Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4. Far Cry 3, I remember when I first played it, I put, to me, a lot of hours into that game. Far Cry 3, when I first played it, it was the first ever Far Cry game I ever played. And the gameplay to me was absolutely amazing. I love the storyline of it. I loved how to me the skill system was, and to me, like, I always caught myself always coming back and always playing through it. And then whenever Far Cry 4 came out, the thing that really got me with Far Cry 4 is not only obviously, to me, like me and my boss were talking about, it's Far Cry 4 is just like Far Cry 3. It's just better graphics. And the storyline I like a little slightly better in Far Cry 4. Plus, also the DLC content to me is absolutely amazing. I loved how they did to the game, and to me, it's just absolutely just a fantastic. Plus, I mean, like there's so much side stuff in that game that when I'm starting to quest through stuff, I always catch myself just going off and just not even following the quest, even to the point to where like I'm going through areas that you're not even supposed to be in the story. And to me, that to me is what makes a game really good. Whenever you could just get lost into the gameplay, and then you're just like, where am I at? Where am I supposed to be doing? And you're just like, oh, I was supposed to be going through the main quest, but like 4 days later, all of a sudden you're sitting there like, oh, I'm still side questing. I'm still getting side stuff. So that's another game I really like. So that's what are we on? Number 3. Number 4 is everybody's game. To me, this is a game I think almost everybody goes back to, regardless of how you feel about how they've been carrying this game and all that stuff, regardless of how you think they're handling everything. Skyrim. Now, Skyrim to me is one of those games that I feel like that if you're ever bored and you're like, man, I don't know what I want to play next, you're like, okay, let's just say example, like, I just got done playing GTA 5, like, what do I want to do? To me, Old Faithful, put in Skyrim, put a couple hours into it until you feel like, put like 10, 12 hours into it, however much, and then be like, okay, now I know what game I want to play now. That to me it's a good bridge game as far as like, plug it in, you play it, then you decide what you want to play next. So to me, that is why I like Skyrim. Like I said again, especially now that you can mod stuff and everything. Hold on a second. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Never mind. Okay. But Skyrim again, like I said, I played that game so much. I think when I bought an HP, I bought an HP laptop just for this. It was right when I went and I think it was right when I just went into service. Right when I went into the Marine Corps. I just got stationed in Camp Johnson. I went to Best Buy and bought me a $600 HP laptop. And just because my buddies, at the time it was D3 and it was Skyrim. And I could not tell you the amount of hours I have had on Skyrim. And then whenever I stopped playing Skyrim for a while, and then whenever I met my wife, she absolutely loves Skyrim. We put so many hours. I played it on PC. I played it on PlayStation. I played it on Xbox. Like I pumped so many hours into that game, modded, regular, and even whenever they count with the Anniversary Edition, like me and my wife, we were talking so much about it. We're like, man, this is messed up, blah blah. But at the end of the day, at the bottom of your heart, you're just like, I'm gonna get it. Like I'm still gonna buy it. So that would be to me number 4 as to why I have Skyrim ranked number 4. And number 5, this is actually a fairly new game. This is actually a game that released last year, and that is Elden Ring. Now, Elden Ring to me is one of those games that I feel like that has really broke the mold of of how games should be, of how gameplay should be. And to me, I think on my account, I believe I put in I think it was like over 400 hours, I believe 450 hours, I believe I put in that game. And then on my wife's account, she wanted me to 100% on hers, and I put, how many hours did I put on? I think I put about just under 200 hours, I believe, on hers. And I love the game so much that I literally 100% of the game both times on both her account and my account. Like, to me, the gameplay is absolutely like phenomenal, as I'm pretty sure many of y'all have seen Elden Ring gameplay, that y'all know the graphics, the audio, the immersiveness in the game, just how you can customize like your gameplay and all that stuff. It doesn't really matter like how you start out, like if you start as a sorcerer but as you level yourself up, you're like, okay, I want to be up close and personal. Well, then you can do that. It just depends on how you want to scale your points. It's just how many points you start out on your base character is the only thing that changes. But like I said, overall, like Elden Ring, I really caught myself playing that a lot. Like every day I went home, like me and my wife got so tired of me just playing Elden Ring constantly pumping in hours of that game. So to me, I think Elden Ring is a very excellent game. I feel like that there's hardly any no game is a perfect 10 out of 10. There are flaws with every game out there. So I would say Elden Ring is a very excellent game. I don't think it's a perfect 10 out of 10. I would say maybe like a 9.5 out of 10. There are some things I don't like with the game, but it's very minute things. Like there are a couple areas that I feel like that they kind of just, it felt like it was almost rushed in. Like there's a lot of empty spots where I'm just like, why isn't there an enemy here and all that stuff. There's a lot of enemies that got reused a lot, which I mean I understand. It's like I think like over 80 something bosses, I believe, like side bosses and main bosses and all that stuff in the game. So I understand why. I don't think there's a whole lot of games out there that actually do that sort of thing. So again, like those are just small, minute things. But like I said, again, it's nothing to deter me away from the game. Like I said, again, it's something I'm probably going to end up playing on this channel later on. Like I'm. Oh, there you go. But yeah, that's something that I'm going to be playing later on in the channel. I'm going to be doing Let's Play on it. Now, whether or not I 100% it, it's up in the air. If I do, then it'd probably be one of those things where I'm just like, hey, I'm going to just run through it, get all the achievements except for the endings, and then just go from there. So anyway, with that being said, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this little mini video right here. This is just, like I said, again, my personal top 5 games. If you all want to know the rest of my 5, I kind of just go through it real quick. It's number 6, I have Ratchet and Clank. Number 7, I have Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. Let's see here. Number 8, I have Fallout 4. Number 9, I have GTA San Andreas, and the only reason why that kind of edged out a little bit over GTA 5 is just because it's a lot of nostalgia. Like, to me, nostalgia really got me with that one. Plus, everybody remembers cheat codes. Just you don't even play for the storyline. You literally just play it just to have fun. And then, last but not least, I would say Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is my 10th favorite game. Again, like I said, that's not to say that whenever I play some games, like when I start playing Red Dead, Starfield, Hogwarts Legacy, I believe Forspoken's coming out here soon. Like all these other games are coming out, the list can change. What I'll probably do is, like I said, I'll do a video at the end of the year and then just kind of go over the games, my top 10 again, and just kind of see if anything changes from what I had ranked initially, like as number 1 versus down. But like I said, again, the only thing that really changed was out of my top 10 or top 5 was Elden Ring, honestly. And that's just because, like, to me, Elden Ring, like, just skyrocketed. Like, as soon as I played it, I immediately just knew, like, yeah, this is definitely going to be a top 5 game for me. Top 10, it was already top 10 when I first started it up. And little did I know it was going to just skyrocket straight, or just jolt up to the top 5 for me. So anyway, guys, with that being said, hope you all enjoyed this little video right here. And hope you all take care. And like I said, don't forget to leave a like on the video. And don't forget to also subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. And also, hey, down below, just comment me your top 5 or top 10 games that y'all have. And like I said, hey, again, this is just strictly opinion based. So, hey, maybe y'all have some games that are in the top 5 or top 10 that are what I like to play. Or maybe there are some different games that y'all have that I may be like, hey, I may want to try that game out. Like a lot of people seem to have this game on a top 5 or a top 10 list in the comments. I may want to try it out. So anyway, guys, with that being said, hope y'all take care and have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.